All right, guys, it is the first Shohei Ohtani bobblehead giveaway today. They've been lined up all day getting in here as opening week brought to you by PNC Bank continues. The Dodgers and the Braves. The Dodgers trying to keep this perfect start going. They've matched the best start ever for a defending champion with the 1933 New York Yankees of Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. 2025 Dodgers 7-0 and going for another sweep tonight. We welcome you inside. Hope you're having a great day. Joe Davis, R. Hershiser, Kirsten Watson joins us in a moment. Dodgers off to this 7-0 start with enough offense. Pitching, though, has been the biggest story.
Yeah, who could grab the highlights? Who could be the headlines? Well, the staff could be right there, especially the starting pitchers. 4 out of 5 of them have gone at least 5 innings, and they are kind of leading the way. But somebody's got to come in after them, and the bullpen actually has more innings than the starters. They are fantastic at keeping the ball in the ballpark, and their strikeout to walk ratio is off the charts.
And this homestand will finish the way it began with Blake Snell starting.
What a great equation for Blake Snell tonight. Again, in the home whites, he's going to throw the ball, and that breaking ball, I think, is going to be very effective tonight against these Braves.
Down to the field now. Hello, Kirsten.
Hi, Joe. Well, for Mookie Betts, he's got 3 home runs on this season so far. All 3 of them go ahead. And when I asked him about it, he said the biggest thing for him is just being ready to hit the ball. He's proud of the work that he's been putting in the cage. He's put on some more weight that's coming off that stomach virus. But he said he might only be at 167, but those balls are still going over the fence, guys.
Yeah, don't have to hit him far. You just have to hit him far enough, and he has 3 big swings. Big night here at Dodger Stadium as folks roll in there and get those bobbleheads. Dodgers and Braves. We've got first pitch on a beautiful night coming up. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Check out the full lineup of stylish, powerful trucks and SUVs. It's time to see Ford in a new light. And by Carl's Jr. Introducing Carl's Jr.'s new triple burgers. Next time, tell them to triple it. We're talking about the wind and how it plays at Dodger Stadium yesterday. It's another pretty blustery day across town, but here at Dodger Stadium, unless that ball's hit way up into the air, it's just not really going to feel it. Down in the field, okay, so the lighter when it's blue, it's not that windy. As it gets more green, it's windier, and you can see as you get higher and higher. So picture the ball being hit higher in the air here, it gets a little bit windier, and that's when you get some issues. Or you at least have to pay more attention to the wind when you're over there in the outfield. Not usually an issue, but you hit it up high enough and it can play some tricks. Lineup for the Braves here in the series finale and their road trip finale. Mercifully for these Braves as they come in as the only winless team in baseball to 0-6. Albies moves up to hit leadoff. It's a different looking lineup. Brian Snitker's shaking it up. Ozuna goes clean up to 2. Riley and Olsen move down. And this is not the outfield they planned on. De La Cruz in left field. Stuart Fairchild, his Braves debut. They just got him on Monday. And Eli White in center field hitting 9th. 32-year-old Blake Snell. He was the winning pitcher on opening day. Gave up 2 runs over 5 innings. And kind of the textbook Snell start where he gave up some hits. He gave up some walks. But the Tigers were 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. When he had to make a pitch, he did.
Yeah, with men on and runners in scoring position, he was very effective, and that has been Blake's MO. He'd like to walk a few less guys, but this is a great equation for him as far as this lineup because they're probably going to be hacking, and if they're hacking, it's going to be his breaking ball that's most effective. The 4-seamer did get hit against the Tigers, but you know what? I don't worry about that tonight.
The Dodgers at 7-0, the best start in LA Dodger history and tied for the best start for a defending champion in baseball history. Albies climbs in and off we go. He chops the first pitch foul, and there you go, aggressive, want to get up there and end this slump as fast as they can. Braves have scored 2 runs in 4 games, 2 runs in their last 4 games, 9 runs in 6 games total. They're hitting $137 as a team.
Not a very good equation for them because Blake Snell's one of his best tools is being effectively wild. And if you're trying to come out of a slump, especially as a team, you want a guy who you can attack the first pitch fastball and you know where it's going to be. Blake could be anywhere with any pitch. When the count usually gets in the hitter's favor, though, he is really, really good.
Blake in his 10th season in the big leagues, from Tampa Bay to San Diego to San Francisco, and now the Dodgers. And now to Mookie Betts on the ground for the first out. Blake Snell has the #1 strikeout rate in baseball history. If he and the Dodgers get 7 Ks today, everybody get jumbo jacks tomorrow. Up comes Marcell Ozuna, who's been the Braves' best hitter so far. Had a hit and 2 walks yesterday. Say he's been the best hitter, really he's been their best walker. He's got 3 hits, he's got 10 walks.
Discipline is not usually in a description of how he hits.
No.
And especially first pitch strikes. We have really seen a completely different guy so far.
Yeah, those 10 walks will lead the majors. You'd never have Marcell Ozuna as that guy. The 9 runs over the first 6 games. That's the fewest for this franchise over the first 6 games ever. And this is the oldest franchise in pro sports. Back to 1869, the first pro baseball team, the Cincinnati Red Stockings. They played 2 years. They won their first 81 games because they were the only pros. And then a businessman in Boston purchased them. From Cincinnati to Boston, short time in Milwaukee, and then to Atlanta in 1966. 2-2 on Ozuna. Snell kicks and fires. Lays off a changeup. Blake threw that pitch a bunch against Detroit, and he would tell you that when he's right, that's his favorite pitch. He feels like everything else plays off that. Let's go over 3-2. Fastball's tapped foul.
The changeup for any pitcher is usually the most precarious grip. It's the most unconventional grip. You think about a fastball, your 2 fingers are pretty much the power fingers on the ball. You can go 4-seam or 2-seam. Breaking ball, you start to kind of alter your grip slightly to the side. But the changeup, you're getting those fingers that normally you throw the ball with off the ball.
Here's another walk for Ozuna, his 11th to lead the big leagues.
So when you talked about the changeup, when he's locked in with that, everything else comes together. That needs the most precise mechanics and timing because of that grip.
And Blake is always somebody who has started slowly, has gotten better as years have gone on, as the seasons have gone on. And so that feel can come and go, especially early on in the season. He's inside with the first one to Riley. Blake in his career March through June, 4.34 ERA. July through October, 2.34 ERA. First 3 months, 13 games below 500. Last 3 months, 31 games above 500. And already Tony Randazzo hearing it from Blake Snell and Dave Roberts with a pretty good looking fastball right there.
Yeah, pretty much full metal jacket body language from the mound, but he didn't get yelled at. We didn't have an argument. Home plate umpire to Blake.
Off the end of the bat to left field. It's Conforto for out number 2. Consider it a gift, that last pitch 2 pitches ago to the guy celebrating his birthday in Austin Riley, 28th. Blake still letting him have it after that pitch, saying, I got to have that. How long you got to be in the big leagues before you can talk like that to an umpire?
You got to be there a while, and then you got to have an umpire who's got real good poise. And Tony Randazzo has done a nice job here so far.
With 2 away, Matt Olson's the hitter. Lefty on lefty, outside ball 1.
You're risking losing your strike zone the whole game. You start barking that early.
Yeah. Olson, a little bit like Ozuna, has reached on mostly walks. He's got 3 hits, but he's walked 6 times. Dodgers pitching has been the biggest strength, really run prevention department. The defense has been great as well, with the Betts error last night, the first error of the season in 7 games. ERA, top 5 in the big leagues. Offense good but not great, but it's been enough with the way they've pitched.
With everything they've done well, if they lose tonight, they slip into second place.
How about that?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, Padres won earlier now, 7-0 as they took down the Cleveland Guardians today. The whole division really 23-6 combined. 4 of those 6 losses, Colorado, or 3 of the 6 losses, Colorado. Giants got to 5-1 today. Diamondbacks 3-2. And leading 4-0 in New York right now. It's another walk. Olson's aboard. Second free pass of this first inning. So he's got the highest strikeout rate in baseball history. He also has the highest walk rate of any pitcher since his debut.
Number 14, Ryan De La Cruz.
That's the large portion of it being effectively wild. Just hard to get a rhythm against Blake Snell as far as being a hitter.
Ryan De La Cruz is 0 for 7 this year, up into the 5 spot today. Looking for his first hit as a Brave. Former Marlin and Pirate watches a backdoor breaking pitch. Here's where Atlanta has been almost unfathomably bad at 1 for 34 with runners in scoring position. Ozuna and Olson the base runners as Snell fires and he's at the knees ahead 0-2.
9 of 21 pitches are strikes, but these first 2 here with a runner in scoring position, the key to this count.
Oh-2 comes home. Chopper to third. Backhand Muncy loads up. Guns across. It gets by Hernandez. And the Braves will get the game's first run. So a low throw from Max Muncy. And the Braves score the same way they did last night. That is on an error.
Yeah, kind of a tweener for Max. He could have thought about sprinting to third and taking the force out, but he decides to just make the throw from deep over there at third base. Kike tries to pick him up a little bit. Just doesn't get the short hop.
So 1-0 Atlanta. First and third for Nick Allen. Back-to-back starts for Allen. In for Orlando Arcia at short. He's gotten a hit in both starts that he's made so far this year. And his first one with the Braves. Ball and a strike. 25th pitch of this first inning coming up for Snell.
7-0 Dodgers. 5 of those wins comeback wins. Who set it up already.
Yeah, got them right where they want them. Well, Blake Snell has talked about wanting to be more of a workhorse, wanting to get deeper into games. You can't have innings like this as often as he does if that's going to be attainable. Just a little over 5 innings per start for his career. Fires 1-2. Allen lines the ball to left field. That takes off and gets by Conforto. Olson's in to score. De La Cruz is given the wave aggressively. Betts gunning to the plate. It's a tag and an out. Atlanta being aggressive, getting greedy, will take anything they can get. They get 2 in this first inning, and Betts with a relay home to end it right there. Well, the first of several Ohtani bobblehead giveaways on the promotional schedule this season, the MVP version. This is part of that MVP campaign last year. Home run against Bryce Elder, who they'll face off with again tonight. Lineup looks like this. Betts and Hernandez follow Ohtani. Michael Conforto's back in there hitting cleanup. Then Will Smith, then Tommy Edman. Max Muncy inserted back into the lineup hitting 7th with Hernandez again at first and Andy Pages in center field hitting 9th. So Elder, the 25-year-old from Decatur, Texas, throws his first pitch of the game, and it's in for a strike. It wasn't just Ohtani that night last May. Dodgers made life tough on him up and down the lineup. 7 runs over 3 1/3. 3 home runs in that game. Ohtani 1 for 4, scored a run yesterday. He scored a run in all 7 games so far. That, by the way, ties the franchise record to begin a season. MVP chance for the guy that's won 3 of them in 4 years.
You're going to see a lot of Dodgers swinging when the ball's in the strike zone. There's not much coming out of Bryce's hand that's really intimidating. So a lot of pitchers are going to look good.
Reaches out, bounces it to first for Olsen. Feeds Elder for the first out. In his 4th season, he was an all-star in 2023. But in the year and a half since, he's got a +6 ERA. So bad that he began this year in AAA, and he's only up here starting today because Reynaldo Lopez was placed on the injured list. I mean, that is I know he was a surprise all-star, but he was an all-star. That is a rapid fall from that grace. Hero of the homestand, Mookie Betts takes a strike.
91 heater. You get to see from 23 on the left, 24 on the right as far as what went wrong. And it really is the slider and the changeup that carried him in 23. Not a lot of intimidating stuff, so he needs location and the ability to change speeds.
Never a guy that has thrown hard, even when he was younger, relative to the other young kids. He wasn't a hard thrower. He said he learned at a young age how to command it, how to make the ball move. That was his ticket from the University of Texas to the big leagues, which he reached at the age of 22. And performed better than anybody expected that he would. Delivers 2-1. Betts bounces it past him to Albies, who is positioned well. 2 out. This is what he does when he's right. Gets the ball on the ground, gets soft contact. Starts his night with a pair of ground balls and now sets his sight on Teoscar Hernandez, who has reached in half his plate appearances in this series and is homered. Home runs have been the biggest reason this offense has produced enough. They're 11th in on base. They're 16th in their batting average, but 2nd in the majors in home runs. On this 1-1 pitch, Hernandez watches a 2-seamer almost come back. Only the Yankees have hit more.
I really think that this is their floor as far as the offense is concerned. Once they get a little better with batting average, when they hit those home runs, they're going to be worth more.
You put it all together, they rank 9th in runs scored, which isn't bad. It's just you see the guys that they have, and you know there's plenty more in there. Granted, Betts has missed 3 games. Freeman's missing his 5th game tonight, so they've not been at full strength.
But it's a very high floor.
We're talking about a 7-0 team. Swing and a miss in a 1-2-3 first inning for Bryce Elder.
Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Turned into a beautiful day today, didn't it?
Sure did. Beautiful day to be in line to wait for your Ohtani bobblehead.
Oh, hey. Was not hard to find one of those.
Whoa.
It was slam getting in here. A little bit chilly this morning, but sun is out, first time in a couple days, and heated up. Stuart Fairchild bunts the first pitch that he sees to Max Muncy, who throws it away. That's the first pitch that Stuart Fairchild sees in an Atlanta Braves uniform. He just came over on Monday, and he bunts it over to Muncy, and then shows off his speed. Good throw would have had him, though.
Yeah, the ball passes the runner, so that could be graded an error. It's not above and beyond the effort of a normal big leaguer. Any kind of routine throw right there. And I'm just glad Kike is okay, because that's where you see that elbow on a first baseman get bent the wrong way.
Max can relate. That's how he injured his arm a few years ago. It is an error, and 2 of them in the first 2 innings on Muncy. Dodgers had won the first 7 games, 2 already tonight. Leadoff man on, Chadwick Tromp at the plate. Entirely different bottom of the Braves order in this game. Tromp, the catcher, 0 for 2 so far this year. That's a foul ball, kicked away. So Fairchild was just making sure. He'll head back to first.
3 pitches, 3 strikes for Blake Snell. Only at a 50% rate in the first inning. Once he gets in the strike zone, he is looking for more misses.
Speaking of misses,
that might have been.
Huh.
Caught a break.
Fairchild will take second on this one. Fairchild is with the Cincinnati Reds, and then a few minutes after they announced that Profar had been suspended, they announced that they had acquired him. He'd been DFA'd by Cincinnati, didn't make the team coming out of spring training, so he's available.
Couple of errors in this little wild pitch. A ball that we've watched Will Smith and Austin Barnes blocking very well so far. That one just hit the heel of the glove. It's been some tough presentation so far for the Dodgers. They've played some awfully clean baseball up until this point.
Another 1-2 to Chadwick Tromp. Check swing foul from the catcher from Aruba. One of 2 active big leaguers from Aruba. Xander Bogaerts the other. 6 all time have come from Aruba to the big leagues. Most notable name in there, maybe Sidney Ponson. Orioles pitcher for most of his career. Country of a little more than 100,000 people. Chadwick said every time one of us makes it, the whole country celebrates. From 0-2 to 2-2 and back home to ball 3. And then he makes a beautiful pitch and finishes him off. Circuitous route to get to where he gets more than just about any pitcher ever.
He wears the pitch comm on his belt, and he calls 3-2 changeup on his own. And boy, does he have a good feel for it. You see the grip right there as he comes forward. Gets the index finger off the ball to get one of the power fingers to take some of that velocity off.
His first strikeout, and here's the 9-hitter Eli White. Nice breaking pitch right there. Drops in a curveball. That was the best curveball in the majors last year. The league hit 111 against it. He got misses on half of the swings. Drops 2 feet on average, breaks a foot sideways. When you put together all his pitches, we were talking a little bit the other day about Baseball Prospectus and some of the new metrics they have to look at a guy's full arsenal. There's one category called movement spread, and he's in the 97th percentile in that. That's exactly what it sounds like. This ball's bunted over to first. Some hesitation there, and White's got an infield hit.
That's a perfect bunt and put Kike in a really tough position, especially with a left-handed pitcher on the mound where you fall off towards third base a little bit. You see that half a step right there, puts Blake behind the 8 ball, and then when Kike fields it, Blake's not going to beat him to first.
Braves going with a different personality lineup today and wreaking some havoc with this speed. It's a team that 2 years ago set the all-time major league record for home runs. Second in the majors in home runs last year. Supposed to be the identity again this year, but It ain't working through a week. So different brand of baseball here, trying to get their first win. First and third, one away, Ozzie Albies. Cranks this ball in the air to center field. Pages going back onto the track, drops the ball. And the poor presentation continues in this one. It's 3-0 Atlanta, and they're at second and third. Very tidy baseball for 7 games, but it has not been pretty here in the 8th.
We came on the air and we showed the wind graphic, and this one is up there where the wind would really affect it. You can watch the route from Andy Pages. It really made him turn around a little bit. He tried to stay in the same posture, but in doing that did not have enough reach.
Snell wants time. Will Smith going to come out there. And we get a word from Morongo.
Prizes, gifts, giveaways. Celebrate 20 years of good times at Morongo.
Now Blake Snell really is in charge, isn't he? You showed the pitch com, how he's got that on his belt. He calls a lot of it. He's the one that said, now you come out here, and he's the one running this meeting.
Well, with first base open, he's coming up with a strategy on how to save these runs completely, not just get Ozuna out. He might be talking about, we're going to semi-intentionally walk him. If he wants to get himself out, let him swing at some of these pitches, but I don't mind setting up a double play.
Infield is in and Ozuna's up. Walked and scored his first time, and he takes upstairs, ball 1. Ruling on that last play is a double for Ozzie Albies.
The ruling might not change, but Andy Pages will tell you that he should have had the ball.
2-0 to a dangerous hitter in Ozuna as a change that misses for ball 3. After Ozuna, it's Riley.
I think Blake called the team meeting on the mound to say, I'm going to pitch him very carefully and don't think I've lost it if I walk him.
Yep, pitch around the zone there, loads the bases, and as he's shown so far this season and throughout his career, he can get himself into a jam, but out of it just as easily.
If the swing and miss doesn't come along, the defense has to tighten up here. This is a very important possible double play.
And we're talking about Tony Randazzo's patience that he's shown with Blake Snell, showing him a bit of frustration. That is ended. No more, he says. Blake saying it's a strike. He said it's off the plate.
I think when Blake sees the video, he's going to know that Randazzo got it right. Those were a little wide.
So over the first inning plus, 2 errors, 3 hits, 3 walks, the missed fly ball. There's been a wild pitch. And now Snell will try to work his way out of this. The guy that'll face here, one of the best hitters in the league when he's right, but so far this season 2 for 23, and in this series 0 for 9 with 6 strikeouts. It's Austin Riley. Bases loaded, 1 away, second inning. Not close, ball 1. The Braves team world was 1 for 34 with runners in scoring position on the year coming in, 3 for 5 already today. Ball and a strike. On a 2-1, Riley lays off, ball 3, nowhere to put him.
Packed house that came early with the Ohtani bobblehead giveaway, and they're getting a little frustrated.
On this 3-1, Riley chops it foul, 3-2.
Braves offense tonight taking a big exhale. 4 games prior, they scored a total of 2 runs. Tonight, 3 already.
Bases loaded, 1 away in the second. Payoff pitch coming from Snell. Popped up, foul ground at first. Kike Hernandez with room for the second out.
Number 28, Matt Olson.
So it'll be up to Matt Olson here. 2 in the first, a run in the bank in the second, an error, a couple hits, and a walk. And already the 50th pitch coming from Snell. Matt Olson takes ball 1. One and 1.
You'll see Blake get erratic with his fastball, and one of the pitches, that slider, that gets him back on track right there.
Oof.
That was a very good shot that he didn't get the call. And there has been a lot of barking, and I think right here Blake realizes he's probably at the end of his rope as far as griping about pitches. Holding his tongue there and just gives him a little head shake.
Three-one pitch. Olson swings and misses. 3-2.
Boy, did he need that. He needed the Braves to swing the bat and actually miss. That's the 19th swing from the Braves and only the 2nd time they've missed. Could use one more of those swing and miss pitches.
Home with the payoff. We'll do it again. Key spot early in this game. Braves have a 3-0 lead, but Snell trying to keep the Dodgers right there within arm's reach. Matt Olson, who's hit 83 home runs the last 2 seasons, knocked in 237 the last 2 seasons, with the bases loaded in the second. Another payoff pitch from Snell. And another foul ball from Olson. 83 and 237 the last 2 years. Looking for his first of each this year. 8 pitch coming. Here it is. Poked to left field. Back goes Conforto over his head. And it bounces on the warning track to score 2. Double from Olson. 5-0 Atlanta.
It's a good job on the mound to throw in strikes in the 3-2 count continuously. They finally caught up to one. This ball was going to slice away from Conforto, and it was just how far does it go, and it goes far enough to help the Braves.
There are a couple plays that should have been made behind him defensively, and then the command starts to wither. And the Braves take advantage with the double from Olson. Strike 1 on De La Cruz. Caught it short by Betts. 3-run inning for Atlanta. 5-0 to the bottom of the second. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. The Smash Jack is back with so much more beef. And by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Back here at Dodger Stadium, uphill climb for LA today, down 5-0. Michael Conforto to lead off against Bryce Elder, who catches the outside corner with his first pitch. Conforto had yesterday off. He doubled off of the wall in the first game of this series. 1 ball, 1 strike. Feathers it in there, 1-2.
One of the most comfortable starts for an Atlanta Braves starting pitcher, with the season high 5 runs on the board that the Braves have gotten him. Not many starters have had that kind of support.
Conforto, Smith, and Edman coming up here in the second. On a 2-2, Conforto fouls it back. Michael off to a good start in his first season with the Dodgers. 10th one in the big leagues. 1-year contracts. Dodgers have tried to get him before. Andrew Friedman has said he tried to trade for him at the deadline last year. He's worked the count full. First 7 seasons of his career in New York, where he's one of the top young hitters in baseball when he broke in. He's an all-star. He had 3 consecutive seasons of at least 25 home runs, but then he missed a whole year. And anytime you go through that, no matter how good you are, it's going to take you some time. And he's got a walk to open this second. So from one guy who's off to a good start to another in Will Smith, who's hitting .471 with an on-base above .600.
Putting the barrel on the ball, hitting it hard, and also has a tremendous eye so far. All smiles around when he's got a bat in his hand.
That bat, much more upright these days. You can see, without even doing like a side-by-side of an old swing, you can just tell right there it's distinct. Pops the first one up, back of first. Olsen will settle under it. And the wind pushes it, and he goes back and catches it. We got a little glimpse of what we showed you on StatCast before the game there. That's hit high enough where the wind did grab a hold of it.
Just keep shoving it towards right field, and that's the direction the wind is blowing, up above Dodger Stadium.
Olsen, a good defensive player. A couple Gold Gloves to show for it. Able to adjust, make the play. 1-on-1 out for Tommy Edman, who started this season on a 7-game hitting streak. And it's getting more and more fans across Los Angeles. The cheers get louder each night, it seems like. Within the organization, you talk to people in the front office and the coaching staff. They all liked him. That's why they acquired him. But they're learning to love him, seeing something every day that he does to contribute to a win.
Son of a coach, kind of a gym rat, loves every detail of the game.
Mentioned son of a coach. His dad was coaching at the University of Michigan. They were playing at the University of Notre Dame, and Dad said the first time he realized he had something special, Tommy was in the shadow of Touchdown Jesus, pitching him wiffle balls, and he ripped one right back off Mr. Edman's forehead. Had the holes there on his forehead for the rest of the weekend series. Tommy was like 3 at that point. Ahead 3-1. Elder deals. Edman lifts a fly ball deep center field. White going back. He's out of room, and it's gone. The Dodgers of Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts and Teoscar Hernandez are led by Tommy Edman with 4 home runs in the early going.
He's been looking for more pop from the left-handed side. The power is his natural right-handed side, but he has changed his posture at the plate to look for a little bit more bat speed, and he has found it. Standing up a little straighter in the left-handed batter's box has really brought him some thunder.
Dodgers on the board. Muncy taking a ball. So Tommy Edman with his 4th home run. He's knocked in 7 now, second only to Teoscar Hernandez on the Dodgers. Muncy on a bounce to second for Ozzie Albies. Close play at first, but in time and 2 out.
Tommy's hit 2 home runs from the right side and 2 home runs from the left side.
That left-handed swing looks so much better.
You're going to face more right-handed pitchers throughout the year, so getting that left-handed swing coming around, it's a really good sign.
5-2 ball game, bottom 2. Here's Kike Hernandez. 2 hits this season, both of them home runs. Strike 1 from Elder. Wave and a miss, 0-2. Another start for Hernandez over at first base today, practicing caution with Freddie Freeman. Get the off day coming tomorrow, get him an extra day of rest. Bouncing ball to third for Austin Riley, and a running throw to get Hernandez and finish the Dodgers in the second. But they're on the board as Tommy Edman cranks another home run.
5 runs for the Braves, but some miscues have really helped him down there at the hot corner. Max Muncy has had an adventure so far tonight. Kike could have helped him out a little bit on this one, but this is all Max right here. This throw goes up the line, and Kike, lucky he's still healthy. And the ball in center field wasn't great an error. It was a double, but Andy Pajes would say, I should have made the catch there.
Nick Allen starts his 3rd for the Braves and fouls off Blake Snell's first pitch. Blake has had to throw 59 pitches over the first 2 innings and had to get more than 6 outs because of the couple errors.
Part of it, he has set the table himself, really not himself tonight as far as the Ks for 9 innings. With 2 strikes, the Braves are 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. He's only punched out 1 of them in that situation.
While issuing 3 walks. And so 3 Ks and 7 walks over his first 2 games. Delivers a 1-2 to Allen. Soft bouncer left side. Another chance for Muncy. This one's bullseye. With attitude.
From Max and the fans.
One away, Stuart Fairchild to the plate. Instead of a star-studded outfield of Profar, Harris, Acuna left to right, tonight the Braves are running out there Brian De La Cruz, Eli White, and Stuart Fairchild.
Get your media guide out.
Popped into right field, Teoscar Hernandez. But a couple of those guys have contributed in Fairchild and White using their speed. Not that the other guys lack that, but it's not the featured part of their game. And what's the definition of insanity? Expecting different results, trying the same thing, and
yep,
something a little bit different tonight. Brian Snitker.
Blake Snell doing his best Clayton Kershaw impersonation after 2 innings where the pitch count gets out of hand, trying to have a quick one here, and that just being the 7th pitch this inning.
He said that one of his favorite things about being a Dodger is knowing that he gets to be around Clayton Kershaw, and he's thought for years, man, I would love to be around him and learn from him. learned from Yu Darvish and Joe Musgrove in San Diego. He says he learned from Logan Webb in San Francisco, Robbie Ray. All guys that value efficiency, like you're talking about, in racking up innings. Trump sends one in the air to shallow center field, and there's that quick inning he so badly needed. 9 pitches to sit him down in order. A season ago, Andy Pages, one of his first career Major League home runs, came against Bryce Elder. One of the 3 that they hit that day. And Pages coming up to start this 3rd for LA, down 5-2. Pages had just 3 for 22 so far. And Dodger hitting coach is talking about the quality of at-bats they're liking, seeing a lot of pitches. He's actually 2nd in the majors in pitches per plate appearance. And that's usually a good sign that you're making guys work. Now just trying to finish off at-bats. And in talking with hitting coach Aaron Bates before the game, he said it's a matter of just cutting it loose. He put a lot of his focus this offseason in his work to using the whole field, so going the other way more. And that's good. He honed that. But they think it's gotten to the point where he's trying to be too perfect with that swing. And it's gotten to the point where he's guiding the ball over there. The idea is, no, you've done the work. You've set your sights over there and honed your swing. Now go ahead and swing hard. Trust the work you've done and cut it loose. Evolution of what is still a very young player. Important to keep in mind. Pages in his 2nd season in the big leagues. Still just 24 years old. Just a couple years ago he was in AAA and then missed the whole year. Looked like he was on the verge of coming up at about age 22, but in his first game 2 years ago tears his shoulder, misses that whole year. Let that be a turning point, though. Instead of letting it derail him that close to tasting it, he said, no, I'm going to use this as the thing that takes me to another level of work, another level as a player. Comes back to get him right here. And it's another example of a long at bat, a lot of pitches, but a bad outcome.
This is very edgy, and you can understand how he gets fooled on it with that late movement.
Second look for the Dodgers at Elder. Here's Ohtani. Grounded to first his first time. Well, if the 50-50 home run ball fetched $4.4 million and a card with a patch from his pants fetched $1.1, what's an Ohtani bobblehead get you?
Tonight, probably more expensive than any other night. The people that feel like they're going to miss out, but then the prices will come down a little bit. I'll bet you that someday it'll settle in at about $100, $150. Tonight you might have to pay $1,000 to get it, though.
Some of the bobbleheads last year went for 5 figures.
Yeah. What, the gold editions?
Mm-hmm. Two balls and 2 strikes on it. There's one on eBay right now for $3 grand. Gold one. Oh, here's one for 10 grand. I would choose the other one.
What's your limit on PayPal or Apple Pay? Can you just go ahead and buy one quick?
I mean, I could.
I don't have that much limit on mine. Keep it down. Just enough to get a movie.
Towering fly ball. It's a Stuart Fairchild in right field. Wonder what the wind does to this one. Not a whole lot. The Braves have done a good job with Shohei in this series. He's just 1 for 9. Bases empty for Betts, who through 4 games this season has hit 3 home runs. He's driven in 6. He's scored 6.
Just a singles hitter.
fouls this one back. And to your point, he said he came into the season, he's hitting these home runs by, in a way, trying not to. Down all this weight, he said, I'm going to approach this first few weeks here like I used to April in Boston when it was so cold. He couldn't get anything on it. And so his mentality would be, let's try and lead baseball in singles for that first month. That's the same idea he's had down in weight, not feeling like he could power the ball over the wall. And he's still able to turn some of those swings into home runs. They say that he's elite of elite in contacting the ball in the perfect way, compressing the ball like a golfer would. And so even though he's not trying to hit home runs, the swing's so perfect, still spins it right to get it out a lot of the time. Nice play at short by Nick Allen, and a 1-2-3 bounce back inning there for Bryce Elder. 5-2 game, Braves ahead as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Joe Davis, Or Hershiser, Kirsten Watson. Homestand comes to a close today. The Dodgers fly to Philadelphia tomorrow to open up a series with the Phillies and a trip through the National League East, Philadelphia and Washington, D.C., where they'll make the visit to the White House as defending champions. Blake Snell coming off a 9-pitch third after the long first and second. Eli White, first pitch here in the fourth, lines out to center. So after he needed 59 pitches to get to the first 2 innings, he's needed 10 to get the last 4 outs.
He's done a nice job tonight with the breaking stuff, but the fastball is the one that's gotten hit on the season. The league is 7 for 15 off of it. That would be the Tigers and the Braves. The non-fastball so far this year, 2 for 18.
Got a chase right there on a curveball. 0-2 on Albies. Blake coming off a good offseason, invigorated by being a Dodger, invigorated by that championship chase, looking for his first ring. He got another chase right here for strike 3. So makes quick work of Albies for his second K.
He is trying to rescue this outing. The last 2 innings, last inning and 2/3. A very nice job keeping the pitch count down. Another quick out here, and it's going to feel really good. Get some momentum back.
The normally aggressive Ozuna, who's walked twice more tonight and now has a dozen this year. Different guy.
It's like the bat is tied to his shoulder.
Who stole Marcel's uniform and up there to walk?
First pitch and first strike this year. He's over 400. He's not letting it loose here in this series. That is right there. Needs to be called.
That one was 2-1. The vibe that Blake has given off in the clubhouse so far is that this is a guy who is so happy to be here and so ready to invest all he's got to be a leader, to be a great pitcher. In a place with a long-term contract. He signed a long-term deal in Tampa Bay, but a lot of times that means you're kind of a ticking time bomb and about to be traded. So you're always kind of looking over your shoulder for when that moment's going to come. And then he goes to San Diego to finish out that deal. Just 1 year in San Francisco. And now this 5-year deal with the Dodgers. The feeling that the people on the team are getting is, hey, this is a guy who says, okay, I finally found the team that wanted to invest in me. I'm ready to pour everything I've got back into them. So already is showing off some leadership ability. Home with a payoff pitch. Just misses, and Ozuna walks again. A word from Cerritos.
#1 in car sales because they make incredible deals.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Inning kept alive for Riley. Line drive base hit to left field. Riley's first hit of the series. Conforto juggles, but Ozuna hangs on. So Riley here on his birthday snaps the 0 for 10 to begin this series with a bullet of a base hit there. And the Braves are at first and second with 2 gone for Olsen. Had the big swing in the 3-run second at a 2-run double with 2 out. To second, Tommy Edman takes his time, throws him out. Every night does something, whether it's a home run or a play like that. Some nights, like tonight, it's both.
Join us on Friday, April 11th for Freddie Freeman Bobblehead Night presented by Bank of America. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
How about this play by Tommy Edman to save a run?
It is really good hands and a great baseball clock because you are sped up with the velocity of that ball and then you just stay calm after it's in your glove.
Elder to Tasker Hernandez with a strike. Dodgers trying to chip away. They trailed 5-0. They got 2 on Edman's home run in the second. They've got 3, 4, and 5 coming up here. Elder in his season debut. At least big league debut. He started in AAA last week. Did not go well. Gave up 5 runs over 2 2/3. Shook a few times and then now they're going to call pitch clock violation. Trump has set it out there to talk with him, but home plate umpire Tony Randazzo said nope.
I think he was trying to save him as far as the penalty and just call time, but didn't get it done in time. He called it.
See, he's going the Chris Sale route and doing traditional finger signs. Two. Blake Snell, 4 innings. All 5 runs, by the way, unearned. And Ben Kasparius, who can give him some length. Swing and a miss. Elder's got his 3rd K. Second time that he's gotten Hernandez that way.
Very hittable pitch that Teoscar will go back and watch and go, oh, how did I miss that one?
One away in the 4th inning, and here's Michael Conforto. Walk and a run scored for Michael his first time. We've talked about his home road splits in San Francisco, drastically different. And we know about Oracle Park, how hard it is to hit there because of the dimensions and the weather. The sight line's not great for hitters. But then the other part of it, because it's so tough to hit there, and especially on left-handed hitters like Michael, he had 2 different swings and 2 different approaches, one for that park and one for every other park. So when he's at his best, he's a guy who pulls the ball with authority. For 81 games a season in San Francisco, if he did that, it was an out. For a left-handed hitter, that ball goes to die over there. Crushes this ball straight away center field. It is his home run, his first as a Dodger.
It is a pretty swing no matter what swing he's using. And this one had that sound. Wow.
Now that's more his baseline swing that he can now have for a full season. Whereas the last 2 years he's had to limit it to just 81 games because when he was at Oracle Park, he's thinking low line drives the other way. That ain't his swing. That's how he survived games at Oracle Park. 1 ball, 1 strike on Will Smith. A couple home runs have the Dodgers back in this game at 5-3. Round 1-2.
Atlanta can't be very comfortable with this Dodger lineup, and their history so far in this early season has been to score late. So they can stay close when they get to the 5th or 6th inning. Watch out.
They're getting started a little bit earlier than they have over the first 7 games. Over the first 4 innings of games, dead even run differential, plus 19 from the 5th inning on. 2/3 of the runs have come from the 5th inning on. 2-2 pitch. Up the middle, base hit, Will Smith. Seven-game hitting streak to begin the season for Smith. And now Tommy Edman to the plate with our PNC Bank slow moments. His home run, number 4. Tommy's career high in home runs is 13. He's on pace for 81. And he's ahead 1-0.
Well, speaking of home runs, the Dodgers have scored most of their runs from home runs. 62% of them so far this year.
Tying run up there, bottom of the 4th. 2-0 on Edman. The pitching coach, Rick Kranitz, going to come out to talk with Elder. Bullpen begins to stir a little bit.
Yeah, you can just feel the momentum shift now in the Dodgers' favor.
You're talking during the pregame show that as a pitcher, even the best pitchers are not going to feel great every inning through a start. The Dodger lineup, there's a pretty good chance that it's not going to forgive you in that inning where you don't feel great.
Yeah, you would hope that it would match up with near the bottom of the order or someplace in the order where you've had some success when you don't have your breaking ball that inning or you don't have your fastball location and you're looking for it a little bit. But this Dodger lineup is so consistent and so powerful when you stumble on those innings where you're slightly off and it matches up with the wrong part of the lineup for the Dodgers. It's anytime. You can have an explosion very quickly. And I think that's what this Dodger team is going to do throughout the year.
Aaron Bummer begins to loosen.
We saw it last night in the 6th inning with Chris Sale.
2-0. Inside, ball 3. Max Muncy's on deck. Four-pitch walk. Tying run aboard. Go-ahead run coming up. Torpedo bat coming up. Down to Kirsten.
Yeah, Joe, well, I asked the club or the dugout to see if this was actually it, because from a distance, it kind of favors it, but it's not as dramatic as I feel like we've seen in some of the photos. Just kind of how that bottleneck goes at the top of the bat. It's not as narrow as I think you would see, but Max, he ordered it. It was delivered today. He used it in the cage, so let's see if it works out for him, guys.
I asked him, are we going with it? Because he took a million swings today because he's not feeling good. It's a good way to try and get his swing right and to test out the torpedo bat. He says it feels weird, but what do I got to lose at this point? Off to a rough start this year. 2 for his first 22. Lifts his fly ball to right field. Stuart Fairchild has it. Well, maybe the new bat can get him going again. So I asked him, how did they know where the sweet spot was for you? Did they do any kind of testing? And he said the only data the company has specific to hitters is on the Yankees. So they just took the average, basically, of all the hitters that they've taken the data on and gave him that. And what it essentially does is moves the barrel closer to the handle. Two on, 2 out, and a 2-run game. And the hitter's Hernandez. Strike 1 from Elder. PK grounded out his first time. Swinging bunt. Chadwick Tromp, heck of a play. And that'll do it for the Dodgers in the fourth, but they're within two. Conforto launches his first home run. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Dodgers down 5-3 as we go to the top of the fifth inning. Left a couple runners stranded last inning thanks to this defense from Chadwick Tromp, who's making just his second start of the year back there. Blake Snell has finished 4 innings, 59 pitches over the first 2. Last 2 innings stabilized things, has kept his team in the game, and again the 5 runs all unearned.
One thing he did not have tonight was the swing and miss. He's usually around 30% or above, and it was down in the low teens.
Well, it's Ben Kasparius to take over. Ben has pitched in 3 games so far this year, not given up a run. Brian De La Cruz leads off and takes a curveball. I get the call right there. The bullpen, one of the biggest reasons the Dodgers have stayed unbeaten.
One of the top 5 bullpens in the big leagues, and these guys on paper are going to be one of the best, and they're performing at that level so far.
The last 3 games, 15 1/3 and just 1 run allowed. The 7 1/3 on Saturday. And Ben Kasparius, after the good impression late last season, has continued that so far this season. Dave Roberts went out of his way to say how much that he's enjoyed watching Ben pitch and how much trust he already has in Kasparius. Swing and a miss, strikes out De La Cruz.
Shortstop, Nick Allen.
3rd strikeout of the game for the Dodgers. They need 4 more for Jumbo Jacks. There's obviously the stuff that a pitcher has, but then managers will talk about, especially with relievers, the eyes. And Dave Roberts says Ben Kasparius has good eyes. He looks at him and he sees a guy who is not scared. Ball and a strike on Nick Allen.
You watch the body language on the mound, you see a guy that looks like he's been in the big leagues for a long time. There is no fear, and that might be in his eyes, but the body language too, the way he gets back on the hill. I know because of the pitch clock you have to, but there's a way to get on there, and he gets on in a strong and intentional way.
Speeds his fastball by Allen. It's like walking in a room, right? Some people walk in and you notice them. Some people could be there all day and you don't even realize they're there. There's a certain presence that a guy brings. Back-to-back Ks to open this 5th.
I belong, and I know it, and it oozes out of his pores.
Stuart Fairchild.
26 years of age from Westport, Connecticut. Faces Stuart Fairchild, who pulls one to 3rd, and it's Max Muncy. And it's a 1-2-3 inning on 9 pitches for Kasparius.
Join us April 15th when the first 40,000 fans in attendance receive a Jackie Robinson replica 1955 home jersey celebrating the 70th anniversary of that World Championship, presented by UCLA Health. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Dodgers trailed this game 5-0. They've gotten home runs from Tommy Edman and Michael Conforto to cut it to 2. They're into the Braves bullpen. Enel De Los Santos takes over. Dodgers saw him in the first game, got a run against him. A veteran from the Dominican Republic. 9-1-2 for LA. Ball 1 on Pages. Once again, had a long at bat with the wrong outcome. Worth the full count his first time before striking out. Pages now 3 for 23. You know what's interesting, Oral, is the only guy that has seen more pitches per plate appearance than Pa has this year. Again, normally you think really good thing. Rafael Devers started the day 0 for 19 with 15 Ks.
Well, for Andy in the 3-2 count in his last at bat, it was a devilish last pitch. It was in the left-hand batter's box for a while and then just took a sharp right turn with some two-seam action that caught the corner. But you would definitely rate the at bat as a quality at bat.
On a 2-1 pitch, gets hit.
It sounded like it hit a bat, even though it hit his elbow and hopefully hit that pad.
Listen again. Pages on, and Ohtani coming up, representing the tying run. And feeling due. 1 for 9 in this series.
I hope he feels a home run on his bobblehead night.
2 of them so far this season. Hit 1 in Tokyo, hit 1 on opening day here.
The fans want something. Boy, they are cheering a foul ball like it's on its way out of here.
MVP chants have started each time he's come up tonight. Only player in baseball history that's won 3 consecutive MVPs, Barry Bonds, 2001 to 2004. Of course, Shohei won it in 23, his last year with the Angels, and won it again last year, first year with the Dodgers. On this 1-1 from De Los Santos, Ohtani out in front.
Change up, it gets him fooled just a little bit. Wasn't completely out in front of that.
The 1-2. Count evens 2-2. Braves bullpen has been a weak point for them. For the 6 losses so far, they've been tied or had the lead when the bullpen took over. On a 2-2, Ohtani cracks a line drive to right field, and the first 2 have reached in the 5th. Pages chugging to third. He's in there. First to third, Andy Pages.
Ohtani does a nice job with his 2-strike approach. De Los Santos last year 7th worst in the big leagues as far as putting people away with 2 strikes. And these Dodgers have been outstanding with 2 strikes so far here in 25. I hope they don't review that. That was very close. There's a lot of body parts here that he could have got the tag in on him, but he slid to the inside part and got in there. Yeah.
It's like the glove was chasing his hand.
Yeah.
Big hit, Betts coming up. First and third, nobody out. Tying run aboard. Betts the go-ahead run. 3 home runs this season, all of them to give the Dodgers the lead. Twice on Friday night against Detroit. Did it again last night against Chris Sale. You called it then. You said he would be looking for a down-breaking ball. Hooked one out. What's he looking for here?
Well, it's fastball changeup mainly, but that was to the left-hander Ohtani. We'll see what he goes with.
Slider.
Yeah, and you're going to see more sliders when you're a right-handed hitter. But right now, De Los Santos is not an effective guy as far as locating. He's throwing it and trying to have velocity or change of velocity. But as far as location, you never know where it's going to be.
Up the middle, caught by De Los Santos, a double play.
Some very aggressive base running down there at third from Andy Pages, because you're supposed to freeze on a line drive, and he did, but then after it's caught, he went towards home. Had a brain cramp a little bit there.
Air taken out of it right there. Like somebody taking a pencil to a balloon. Whoa, wild throw over to first. Ricochets into short right field, and Ohtani's into scoring position. Where was that like 7 seconds ago?
It has not been the cleanest of games, has it? The presentation's been a little off. You might even think you were at a high school game as far as some of the presentation.
3 errors between the teams combined. We've had a couple wild pitches, some less than stellar base running. Hernandez representing the tying run. Struck out both times against Bryce Elder. Had some good pitches to hit, or at least pitches that were over the plate, and he looked frustrated not being able to do something with them.
RBI here would put some air back in that balloon you were talking about. Get some momentum going. Especially that guy on deck swinging the bat well too. So when is there not a guy on deck that doesn't swing the bat well with this lineup?
Stays alive, fouls off the fastball. Another 0-2 from De Los Santos. Hernandez chases strike 3. His third K of the game, and the Dodgers have first and third, nobody out. Do not score. Two in the first, 3 in the second for Atlanta. Dodgers have chipped away with 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth. 5-3 game. On to the 6th we go. The sun setting with the earlier start time today. Nice to mix it up. 5:38 first pitch. Chadwick Trop leads off this inning against Ben Kasparius, who worked a very quick 1-2-3 fifth inning. It's become a battle of the bullpens, with both starters only lasting 4. And on paper so far this year, that's a mismatch. Dodger bullpen 2.10 ERA on the season. The Braves a 5.20. For Kasparius, nothing against him through 4 games. There's 2-0 to Chadwick Trop. Outside, ball 3.
With all these comeback victories that the Dodgers have had, the pen has to be on their game to continue to give them an opportunity to come back.
4-pitch walk, though, to the light-hitting catcher. A pinch hitter for Eli White, with the right-handed pitcher now in the game. Michael Harris comes off of the bench.
Pinch hitter for Atlanta is number 23, Michael Harris II.
Brian Snitker said to me yesterday, it's times like these I question my sanity. I've chosen this life. The Braves sitting at 0-6. He says, you know what I love about baseball? It's the hard part about it. It's the everyday nature that you kind of get lost in. He says this happens in the middle of a season. It's just a bad week. But it happens right now, and it's a disaster because there's no body of work to frame it against. First one from Kasparius. This is outside, ball 1. And he's got to think he's extra insane if he's chosen this life, because he's chosen it 49 separate seasons. Started out as a minor league catcher in the Atlanta system and was not very good. He was struggling. Would not be here today 49 years later as the manager of the Atlanta Braves if it wasn't for Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron was the farm director at that time, which is an amazing story in itself, that one of the greatest players of all time becomes the farm director. But he goes up to Snit and he says, have you ever thought about coaching? Brian's like, well, I was thinking maybe when I finished playing I'd go back to college and coach on the side there. And Hank said, well, I actually need some help down at rookie ball. What are your thoughts on going down there and helping out for a few weeks? And he said, shoot, I'm hitting $120. I'm hardly playing. Why don't we give it a try? Harris pulls a line drive to right center field. That'll dunk in front of Hernandez. A base hit, and the first two have reached against Kasperius here in the sixth. So 2 weeks down helping at rookie ball. But then they need him to catch again, and so he goes back active. Catches for another few weeks. He's a rover for about a year, and then begins a coaching career that wasn't going to begin without the idea of Hank Aaron. Now 45 years into his career off of the field, and for decades was coaching in the minors, and he thought, hey, you know, this is great. Gets to go up to the major leagues, becomes a third base coach. He gets skipped over when there's a managerial opening a decade and a half ago. He figures, okay, I've reached my ceiling. Albies goes the other way, base hit, and station to station, bases loaded. They finally gave Snitker his opportunity, and he's run with it almost a half century in this game. Man, 11 years now. Time flies.
Hitter number 20, Marcelo Zuna.
What a run he's got him on. 7 consecutive playoff trips, 6 straight division titles before last year. And the World Championship in 21. Scary spot here for Kasperius. Bases loaded for Ozuna. Spiked in there. Smith able to chest it down.
It's good that that ball got away to the left towards the runner at third. It gets away the other way, you're probably coming in from third. But that one, it's hard to run towards a baseball when you're the runner.
In the air, center field. Pages doesn't seem to have it located. Now he does, makes the catch. Runners hold. Pages has a good arm, and the Braves know it.
Very strong arm in center field. Making sure he gets behind it. He didn't have it for a little bit, but that kind of helped him be in the right place to make that strong throw.
So 1 out recorded. Far from out of the woods, though, as Riley comes up 1 for 3. Fouls off the first one from Kasperius. Now here's where that unfazed nature we were talking about comes into play. Bases loaded, nobody out situation. Kasperius trying to keep his cool and keep the Dodgers in this game. Speeds a fastball in there. Strike 2.
Well, you get out of this situation, you are building a foundation for momentum when the offense comes in.
Turned it up to 97 that time. Yeah, if he's able to get out of this, and still plenty of work to do that, start to push those chips towards the middle of the table, saying Dodger win in this game with the momentum it may generate. 1-2 to Riley is taken down and away. Count evens up. Nowhere to put the Braves third baseman.
It's a big pitch right here because this is where you can still take a shot at the edges, but you got to challenge them if you get to 3-2.
Full count.
Well, the breaking ball before that one was competitive, but that one out of hand was ball right away.
Bases loaded, 1 away. 3-2 pitch from Ben Kasperius. He struck him out. Thank goodness, because if not, I was yelling about ball 4.
It maintained its altitude right there. It looks like it's going to be low, but the spin keeps it from going down, and it is right there at the hollow of the knee.
Up to Matt Olson. He says fun, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
1-0. Two-run double and a walk with a run scored for Olson. So inning started with a walk, then back-to-back singles to load the bases. 1-0 pitch. Off the hand, shadow center field, Mookie Betts. Ben Kasparius gets out of the bases loaded jam, and unfazed becomes fiery.
Come to Dodger Stadium on Monday, April 14th for Hello Kitty Night. The first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a Hello Kitty squish plush. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Michael Conforto to lead off this inning for the Dodgers. Last time up had his first home run in the Dodger uniform. Also walked, scored on Edmonds' home run back in the second. Pierce Johnson on to pitch. Second night in a row the Dodgers have seen him. Strike one. Not going to let you off the hook. Do it.
Swish, plush, squish, plush, squish, plush.
Got it. Nice job.
Conforto squished the ball out of here.
Yeah. Don't show off. Don't get cocky. Michael Harris, by the way, after pinch hitting for Eli White, stays in the game and plays center. For the Dodgers in the sixth, Smith and Edman will follow Conforto. Fouls this one off, 1-2. Dodgers finish up this homestand tonight, fly to Philadelphia tomorrow, play 3 with the Phillies beginning Friday night, which will be on Apple TV, by the way. We'll be with you again on Saturday. The Phillies are 4-1 after they beat the Rockies today. And then to D.C. to take on the 1-5 Nationals. On a 2-2 pitch, Conforto lays off, and he's worked it full. Conforto starting the sixth and taking ball 4. He's been out all 3 times. And here's Smith. Back to the end of last season, the hitting streak is 10 games, which is a career high for him. For 7 games in which he's played this year. We're talking about that bat being so upright. He's done that at earlier times in his career, and it's basically a way to keep him from flying open too fast. Helps him time things up, sync everything up. He tried to get back to doing it last year, but the way that he finishes when he swings that way puts pressure on his ankle, and it was hurting his ankle, so he couldn't do it. His ankle was bugging him through the winter still, even when he got to spring training still was, and so it was as that ankle started to feel a little bit better, got closer to the season, that he was able to get back to this swing and this stance, which through the years he's starting to find is the optimal one for him. Down 0-2 here. Tries to check and does. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's not only getting his hands up and extending his arms up there, but then when he gets and drops the hands in to get ready to swing, the compression of his legs and his upper body don't change the angle of his spine very much. So he's not getting into a crouch position where all of a sudden he gets locked up in his lower half. He's really stretching the hands up really high, and it's changing his body posture and getting him more taller. And then when he brings him down, the compression of bringing him down, he is still in a really good position with his spine.
Another 1-2 from Johnson. Smith swings and misses at that fastball. So walk and a K, one gone. Here's Edman. Base hit to right field. Pounces on the first pitch. Conforto turns the corner. Here comes the throw. He's out at third. Stuart Fairchild making a good first impression on the Braves. Acquired 2 days ago. He's got a bunt hit, and he's got an outfield assist.
Andy Pages took a shot at this, and it was very close. He ended up safe, but here for Conforto, this throw is on the money, and he's out by a lot.
And just those 3 hitters for Pierce Johnson. The left-handed batting Max Muncy coming up, and the new pitcher coming in. The new pitcher is Dylan Lee, who worked the 1-2-3 inning in last night's game, and he's on to face Muncy, who represents the tying run here in the 6th. Dove 2 tonight for Muncy in the first game of that new bat. Tommy Edman aboard all 3 times. Home run, walk, single. One ball, no strikes. Max says he felt great during spring training, felt really good in Tokyo. It was like the Tigers threw him into a bit of a slump, sped things up on him. And he says he knows that he's in a bad place when he's chasing pitches out of the zone. So that's, you hear about the power, you see the power, but what makes him him is his ability to lay off pitches as well as anybody. That goes away. He says that's when he knows there's some work to be done. Well, there's 1-1 from Lee. Muncy pops it up. That'll reach the seats. Lee's 1-2.
He got one to hit right there in the 1-2 count. A few heaters that he's had some good passes at. That's the other time that you know you're going bad, is when you get those cookies and you miss them.
Another 1-2 comes home. There goes Edman on a swing and a miss for strike 3. After 6 innings in Dodger Stadium, it's 5-3 Atlanta. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, celebrating 20 years of good times. Opening week presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. Braves got 5 runs over the first 2 innings, nothing since. Dodgers chipping away with a pair of home runs, 5-3 to the 7th, and here's Kirby Yates. 3 games with the Dodgers, no runs, just 1 hit. 5, 6, and 7 for Atlanta. Brian De La Cruz. There's that splitter.
It's nasty. The lower arm angle, but the ball still has depth.
And then right there, kind of cuts it. Kirby says he sort of looks at it like he's had 2 careers, the one without the splitter and the one with it. This is the one with it, and it's a whole lot more fun than the other version. Spent parts in 9 seasons in the minor leagues, did Kirby Yates. Now in his 11th year in the big leagues. That splitter, the biggest reason why he's sustained 147 career average against it.
It's the pitch that when you start to develop it, you can't throw it a lot because you're probably going to hurt your arm. You're using new and completely different muscles in your forearm.
Ricochets off him. Muncy gets there and can't pull the trigger. Allen John with an infield hit.
Braves started 4 for their first 10, but since then, now that is their 4th hit in their last 17 or 18 at bats. The pitching staff has slowed them down a little bit. Need to keep them right there if they're going to come back and win this one.
Allen runs first pitch. No throw from Smith. Stolen base for Nick Allen. It's bottom of the order for Atlanta today, loaded with speed.
Between the bunting and the base running, they are playing a different game.
Fairchild in his Braves debut is 0 for 3. Although he laid down a bunt that Max Muncy threw away. It was ruled an error. It's a good bunt though, and the speed of Fairchild put the pressure on. This is the 3rd time in the last 4 years Kirby Yates has had the somewhat awkward occasion of being on the reigning champion, being the new guy on the reigning champion, and having to watch the ring ceremony and the banner raising off to the side. Atlanta in 22, Texas last year, and the Dodgers this year. That goes off Edmonds' glove, and Allen's going to take 90 more. 3rd error of the game for a team that had committed just 1 over the first 7.
Be interesting if Tommy was trying to catch it and get the tag down quick, and that's why he misses it, or is the throw that far out of line? Momentum going away from the throw, and there was going to be no attempt for a tag. Just tailing ball that he didn't get enough glove on it.
Where does that error go if you're the scorer?
It's probably going to go to the pitcher, but being an ex-pitcher, I would give it to the second baseman.
Maybe the scorer is an ex-pitcher. It's on Edman.
It looked catchable.
Big 90 feet there. Now, this is a spot where Yates could really use a strikeout. 8 of the 12 hitters that he's faced in the Dodger uniform have been strikeout victims. To 2-2 on Fairchild. Infield in behind Yates. Here he comes. Got him with a splitter. You know what's coming. It's a strike, and you still can't hit it.
A lot of times those kind of pitches that you know what's coming but you still can't hit it are elite fastballs or elite sliders. But when it's a splitter like that, it's awesome.
Jumbo jacks for everybody tomorrow. That's the 7th strikeout of the game for Dodger pitchers. Chadwick Trump takes a splitter for a strike.
Has there been a game where we haven't given away jumbo jacks? I'm not sure.
I think so. Remember, it used to be 10.
Yeah.
Back in Jack's younger days.
Early Jack.
Yeah. Opening day was only 6, but that was an ESPN game. So if a tree falls in the forest.
Did it really fall?
Right. Is that how that goes?
I don't know.
I never get that one right. Nasty. 1-2.
Looks like a fastball down the middle, and it's not.
5-3 game, 7th inning. Allen at third, 2 out. 1-2 from Kirby Yates. Grounded to third for Max Muncy. Been an adventure of a game for him over there. This one's spot on and a scoreless inning for Yates. We stretch in a 5-3 game. Dodgers trying to create a little late magic again. Down 5-3 to the bottom of the 7th and the bottom of the order here with Hernandez to lead off. Dylan Lee stays on the mound for the Braves. Probably with Ohtani looming, a couple hitters away. Hernandez, Pages, then it's Ohtani. And it's strike 1 from Lee. Looking for their 6th comeback win out of the first 8 games. Oh, 2.
Got one to hit right there. An up changeup.
Down changeup.
Pressure's going to start to mount on these Braves with this Dodger lineup, with the fact that they haven't won a game yet this year. Getting down to the end.
Off the end of the bat to Albies at second. Hernandez the first out of the 7th. For the Dodgers, you'd love to get it done before the 9th, before you got to deal with Raisel Iglesias. As good as any closer in the National League. It's only been used once over the first 6 games. Pages looking for his first hit of this series. He's 0 for 8. Through the back door and a strike. High fly ball. Left center field. Harris and Kelnick, who's just checked in, and it's Harris. And here's Ohtani.
Designated hitter, number 17, Shohei Ohtani.
Had a single his last time. Out of the way, ball 1.
Good thing he jumped out of the way. That one would have hurt. He didn't leave anything in the tank in that swing. He started taking a couple of healthy cuts tonight.
Jam shot, left field and down. Ohtani's second hit of the game gets the tying run up there.
Who needs a torpedo bat?
Right.
When you're that strong. That is right on the label. Very thin part of the bat, but it doesn't break. He gets himself a knock.
Yeah, I'm not sure this guy should change a thing. That's going to do it for Dylan Lee. Mookie Betts is coming up, representing the tying run here in the 7th. Mookie Betts seems like he keeps finding himself in these clutch situations, and more times than not, he has come through. 3 home runs already this season, all 3 of them go-ahead shots in the late innings. And here he is, representing the tying run with 2 out in the 7th inning. the man on to face him, Daisbel Hernandez, the fourth reliever the Braves have used tonight. Trying to build that bridge to Raisel Iglesias after they got just 4 innings from Bryce Elder. Hernandez worked a 1-2-3 inning in yesterday's game. That included getting Betts. Look out, 97 blurs by him.
This is what is known as chin music. And it was loud.
That's so tough. You get 97 up by the chin and then a tough breaking ball away like that.
Yeah. You have to be a little bit insane.
There's strike 2. Ohtani at first, 2 gone. 1-2 pitch. There goes Ohtani. Bat sends the ball in the air to right center field that Fairchild will settle under and end the 7th. Braves got 5 unearned runs over the first 2 innings against Blake Snell. They've not scored since then. Dodgers have gotten multiple home runs to get back in this game, trying to keep the perfect start to the season alive. At 7-0, it's matched the best start ever for a defending champ, trying to become the first defending champ to begin a season 8-0. And if they do it, they're going to do it the way they have a lot of the games already, and that is from behind.
Yeah, if the bullpen can keep shutting down the Braves and they can get some more runs, we could see that record broken, and it would be fantastic. You've got to be firing on all cylinders to put this kind of streak together. And the one thing that's let them down tonight is the defense.
Bullpen's been great again, to your point. 3 more scoreless innings between Kasperius and Kirby Yates. And now Jack Dreyer comes in, spins in a strike to Michael Harris. Penn over the last 4 games, 18 1/3, 1 run. And the 26-year-old rookie, his 4th game in the big leagues. Grounded to second for Edman. Dave Roberts, in the same conversation we relayed about Ben Kasperius, mentioned Jack Dreyer in the same breath. Just loves the pulse, loves the eyes when he sees this guy out there.
There is so much talent in the Dodger organization that it does come down to some little things that separate you from where you're going to be playing this year. And yeah, showing that confident body language, those good eyes, and never fearing what's going on, that can get you over the hump.
Back to the top, and Albies really good against left-handed pitchers. Switch hitter. Two hits today. Came into the game with 3 for the year. Center field, Pages. 2 up and 2 down. The Dodgers in the last of the 8th. Teoscar Hernandez, Michael Conforto, Will Smith coming up.
Number 20, Marcell Ozuna.
Ozuna.
Is he going to finally maybe swing at the first strike or the first pitch? This is just like an out-of-body experience watching him hit this year so far.
So his career walk rate is 8%. 8% of his plate appearances end in walks. He's been up 27 times this year. He's walked 13 times. Just a touch under 50%. There's a swing.
Yeah, and you know, it hasn't been many swings. Even when he's been up there and worked the walk, it's not like it's been deep counts and swings and foul balls.
He is normally swinging his way into the dirt circle.
Yeah.
As he walks up there. Big swings. Dreyer brings him in 0-2.
He's actually less intimidating. You know, when you see those major hacks right away, as soon as he gets in the box, you're like, oh my gosh, this guy makes contact. Where's it going?
Tough bouncer. Mookie Betts sizes it up. Low throw, but Hernandez able to stretch and get it. Dreyer a 1-2-3-8. Dodgers 6 outs to work with. When we finish, Access Sportsnet Dodgers presented by Audi. Shohei joining the guys out there. It's 5-3 Atlanta. Bottom of the 8th inning. Last chances for the Dodgers here, trying to keep the perfect start going. Teoscar Hernandez to lead off as Dispel Hernandez stays in. And pops the first pitch of the inning to right field for Stuart Fairchild. Just one pitch to get the first out. Raisel Iglesias has started to loosen. Well rested. You wonder how many outs they're willing to go to him for here. Desperate for that first win of the year.
I think they could go for a 4-out save if it was something in the balance where they needed to go to him. Desperate measures for desperate times.
Yet to slow Conforto in this game. He's got a home run. He's got 2 walks. He's reached 5 of his last 7 times up.
His 6 hits on the year, most of them extra base hits. 5 of the 6, 4 doubles and a dinger.
This is the part of the order that's been the best for the Dodgers tonight. Really, it's been Conforto in the 4th spot and then Edman in the 6th spot. Identical lines, or at least both having reached 3 times with a home run. On 2-1, Conforto takes high. Crack bat down the line. Here comes Fairchild. Won't get there. Perfect night continues for Conforto. 2 walks, now 2 hits. And in a 2-run game, the tying run is coming up.
Broken bat. Back in the 80s, our bullpen catcher was Mark Cressy, and he was the bullpen coach. And Mark would yell "lamp" every time somebody broke their bat because he would take them home, and in his wood shop he would cut them off at the handle and the barrel and make lamps out of them.
A little bit high and a ball on Smith. 1 for 3. He's had a hit in every game this year. 1 home run so far. Look out, ball 2. And a visit from Trump. Relay race to the finish line in this game. Brian Snitker, mid-AB, is going to go out there to call on Iglesias, who will be the 5th reliever to come in for the Braves. Dodgers have used 3. Braves about to get their 5th, and it's their top guy. Iglesias coming in looking for a 5-out save. Dodgers already 5 comeback wins, looking for another here, down 5-3. Runner at first, 1 away, 2 balls and no strikes on Will Smith. In desperate times, as you said, call for desperate measures. Mid-AB, they're going to go to their closer, who'll need to get 5 outs.
Pretty even split on his pitch selection of his 4 pitches, but the changeup he does throw the most often last year. Also got the fastball, the slider, and then another fastball with that sinker.
Well, no team has ever gone from 0-7, which the Braves are 1 loss shy of, to the postseason. And not that Brian Snitker knows that stat, but it just sheds a little light on the dire straits the Braves are in, even this early in the season. Ball 3 on Smith. That's the tricky thing about coming in there and inheriting a 2-0 count. You missed with your first pitch. You're a walk away from the tying run reaching. 3-1. Tommy Edman waits on deck. Conforto's continued his perfect night. And now Edman will try to continue his as Smith takes the walk. So the tying run on, the go-ahead run coming up. And Tommy Edman, who leads the team with 4 home runs after his shot in the second, stands in there one swing from giving him the lead. Chopper to first. Olsen to the bag. 2 out. Tying run into scoring position.
Great time for Max Muncy to bust out right here. Torpedo and all. I think did he go away from it? It's back to his regular bat.
Yeah. Torpedo bat stinks, he says.
Put it back on the submarine.
Back to Old Faithful. 1 ball, no strikes. Muncy 2 for 24 with 11 Ks. And a frustrating start to this season. Iglesias fires. Muncy fouls it back with a healthy rip right there.
If Max hits a home run here to put him on top, you're going to see some emotion. Even if he gets a base hit, drives in 2 to tie it, I think you see some emotion.
Conforto at third, Smith at second, the tying run. Swing and a miss, had one right there. The 1-2 pitch. Serves it foul. Stays alive.
2 fastballs, speed him up. Will they go and slow him down? That's the predominant out pitch for the guy on the mound.
Another 1-2, and it's hit into right center field, and Max Muncy has found it just in time. It's a game-tying double.
The Braves go to the well and bring their closer in early. Max Muncy goes to the well and picks on this changeup, and yes, he threads the needle in there. Perfect to right center. Puts himself at second base as the winning run or the go-ahead run and ties this game up.
His first RBIs of the season, and a ball on Kike Hernandez from down 5, zipped to tied at 5 in the 8th. Oh, Brian Snitker. Hernandez hits one a mile high down the line and foul. Oh, baby. Scraping the sky. Tried to Carlton Fisk it fair. Now I'll try it again on a 1-1 from Raisel Iglesias.
Well, the way it's gone for the Dodgers this year, when you got one of them with 2 strikes, you're in trouble. Max Muncy, another 2-strike hit for the Dodgers.
Bouncing ball foul. 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the eighth. Braves had a 5-0 lead after an inning and a half in this game. Another 1-2. Another foul ball. This little rally has not just tied this game, it is guaranteed the top of the order is going to see the light of day again. Go ahead run at second, Muncy. Kike Hernandez has fouled off a few. Another 1-2 from Iglesias and a pop fly. Trump near the screen. Nope. No catch. An arena baseball maybe, but not here.
Pinned it against the netting. Can't get that kind of help.
He really tried to sell it for being pretty clear that he's laying in a hammock there and found the ball. 4 straight foul balls. Another 1-2. Down swinging on a good change, but the Dodgers have tied the game. Max Muncy, a 2-run double after 8, locked at 5. I asked Max today, how you doing? And he said, well, it's hard because it's early and there's just no good body of work to have this stand on. But it's good because it's early, because you can have a good day or two and everything's going to look all right. And a good first step towards that, and teammates that sympathize with what he's going through. Jack Dreyer's going to stay in a 5-5 game. Brand new ball game here in the 9th. 3-4-5 for Atlanta with Austin Riley leading off. Look ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. 9-1-2 coming up for LA. Pages, Ohtani, and Betts. Dreyer's 1-1. Riley takes high, ball 2. First hit of the series for Riley tonight. He's 1 for 12. 7 strikeouts. On a 2-1 from Dreyer. The pop foul. Olsen and De La Cruz due up after Riley. There is nobody warming in the Dodger bullpen, so this is Dreyer's inning. He's gone more than 1 inning already once. It was 1 1/3. Against the Tigers over the weekend. But most pitches that he's thrown is 19. And chances are he's going to sail past that. Speaking of sail.
Perfect timing.
Riley leads off. Grounds it foul. 28 years old today. 36 home runs per season prior to last year when he, for the first time, dealt with injuries. Another payoff. Sounded weird. Hop over there to Muncy. 1 gone in the 9th.
I think he broke his bat. Maybe a little off the end.
Talk about Riley missing those games last year as Matt Olson comes up to the plate here. His production's been up and down, but his dependability is unmatched. 3+ years in Atlanta, has not missed a single game. and has not even mixed in a day at DH. He's played every single game at first. This is his 626 consecutive game. That's top 20 all time, and it's more than double the second longest active streak. Bounces this ball to first. Fair ball to his counterpart, Kike Hernandez. 2 gone in the top of the 9th.
It just feels like the Braves are battling the losing demons, and the Dodgers are riding a wave of momentum right now. One more quick out, and boy, oh boy, it's going to feel like to Atlanta that this thing is over.
Kelenic slices it down the line. Long run for Conforto and out of room. Good catch over there. Yeah, the psychological battle here. It's just the mismatch of mismatches for the way this season has begun and the way this game has gone, fit right into both narratives.
You know, the mental gymnastics that the Braves are having to play right now to feel good about themselves. Well, the Dodgers are just expecting to win this game now.
Braves are saying, oh, we've seen this movie before. Dodgers saying, oh yeah, we've seen this one before. Dryers 1-1. Fouled off. 1-2. 9-1-2 coming up. Again, Pages, Ohtani, and Betts. Raisel Iglesias already into the game.
Since Ben Kasparius got out of that bases loaded jam, the momentum has really shifted to the Dodgers.
Well, I was in the 6th. It was bases loaded, nobody out, and we talked about it then. It had that feeling that if he could somehow get out of that, it had a chance to totally shift this thing.
Well, since then, the bullpen has retired 11 out of 12.
2-2 to Kelenic. Got him with the high fastball. Jack Dreyer, 6 up, 6 down. 5 scoreless innings for the bullpen tonight after Pages on his bobblehead night. It's Shohei Ohtani. Wouldn't it be fitting? Wouldn't it be perfect like a lot of things have already? Five unanswered for the Dodgers to tie this game up into the bottom of the 9th. Chance to win it in walk-off fashion and become the first defending champ in the history of baseball to start the season 8-0.
Not that I'm not rooting for Andy Pages to do something positive here, but it'd be nice walk-off to have Ohtani hit one.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
On his bobblehead night.
Historic stuff here. Pages leads it off against Iglesias and takes strike 1. Those New York Yankees in 1933. The 7-0 start included 3 home runs from Lou Gehrig, 2 home runs from Babe Ruth. And the Dodgers calling up echoes of those guys in that 33 team. For Andy Pages facing a Braves team that he had his first career walk-off hit against last year. Iglesias fires him in 0-2. Yeah, a good take on a change. Pages 0 for 2 today. Was hit by a pitch. He's hitless in this series. Down on a high fastball. All right. All right. Here's Ohtani. Center field. Harris is back. Ohtani, inevitable. Ladies and gentlemen, embrace this. Embrace this man, embrace this team this season. An 8-0 start for the defending champs, unprecedented. Every single night, they do something that makes you say, wow, how much fun is this? 8 down, 154 to go. Dodgers 6, Braves 5.
Shohei, for you to have that moment, the walk-off home run, to come back from being down 5-0 in this game, just what did it mean to pull that one out and get the win?
逆転勝利できたことで、決勝弾を打ててどう思いますか？
本当にブルペンの素晴らしい粘りと、マックスのマンシーの粘り強いいい場面でのヒット、それが最後いい形で勝ちにつながったかなと思います。
I think the bullpen did a fantastic job bringing us back into the game. Max Muncy's timely hit and all the guys really contributing today.
That walk-off, though, that home run, what did you see in that at-bat that allowed you to get that swing?
最後の打席、どうやって対策立ってたんですか？
特に甘い球を打ちたいなと思ってたんですけど、観客の後ろの方からボブルヘッドデーなんだからホームラン打てよみたいな言われたので、打ててよかったなと思います。
You know, just looking for a really good pitch to hit. But one of the fans was telling me, it's your bobblehead night, so you better get a hit. So I'm glad I was able to do that.
It's a bobblehead night, it's a special one. But to see all these fans here in support of you, what do these moments mean to you?
こんなにファンが来て、ボブルヘッドナイトで大谷選手にとってはどういう意味ですか？
これだけ多くのファンの人が集まってもらって、素晴らしいゲームを見てもらって、選手冥利に尽きるなと思います。
I'm just ecstatic that the fans got to see this really good game today and was able to perform in front of these fans tonight.
You guys are now at 8-0 on this season, a terrific start to the year. What does it say about this group and how you guys have maintained your focus from last season?
勝0敗でスタートしてますけども、この今の仲間たち、チームの雰囲気っていうのはどういう感じですか？
本当に先に点を取られてもブルペンが踏ん張ってくれる、打線が取り返してくれる、またその逆で、点を取って、逆に打てなかったとしても、先発ピッチャーブルペンがしっかりと試合を続けてくれるっていうそういう信頼関係があるのかなと思ってます。
I think really good, overall ways of winning. Even though we may give up some runs, like we find a way to come back and win. And when we're winning these games or we're scoring early, I think our pitching staff does an amazing job keeping the win.
I sure did tonight. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.